I'm Elise.
And I'm Alex.
And we are from Dr. Farrow's ME191 Computer Applications and Engineering class at MSOE.
We are part of his Section 1, Spring 2011 semester, and this is our project, Solar Sounds.
Okay, so what happens in our program is the first thing is that it asks the user for how many notes it wants to play. Once the user has entered that many number of notes, it asks the user to place the note in the designated note area. After the player hits enter, the robot then comes over and picks up the note, placing it on the solar cell. Now what happens is that the notes are predetermined size, and this size corresponds to a note that it will play later. So it measures the difference in the voltage from not being covered up to being covered up with the note, and then stores that. Now, when it's done measuring the note, it places it in the discard pile and asks the user to set the next note in the note area. It then repeats this process using a for loop in order to measure all the notes, and using an if statement in order to determine which note was placed.
What happens in this next upcoming section is it starts out by picking up the mallet from the mallet tray, and it turns over to the glockenspiel. And then, within a for loop, set to run for the number of notes that the user chose. There's an if statement that determines and interprets which note to play from each of the values stored in the sensor array. After it has played each of the notes, it returns to the original position and places the mallet back in the mallet tray.
Mr.